So, stage 2 on my M2. To be honest, my main motivation for going stage 2 was to get more noise out of the car, with the extra power just being a bonus. I really liked how the car sounded, but it just needed a bit more volume, so a lot of people have said that going with either a catless downpipe or a sports cat or high flow cat paired with the stock catback is more than enough. I did some research and liked what I was hearing in the videos, so I decided to give it a go. I did not want to go catless this time, as I don't really like the smell of a catless downpipe these days. It must be getting old. So I decided to try a sports cat, as I've never had one before. The VRSF Sports Cat has a 200 cell core and is one of the cheaper options, as it does not guarantee that there will be no check engine light, so it usually needs to go with a tune. There are other more expensive options with high quality cores, like the Fab Speed, which has great reviews, but as I was going to tune it anyway, I decided to just go with the VRSF. It is really reasonably priced compared to everything else and has pretty good reviews too. Of course, tuning the N55 M2 would mean that the Chargepipe would definitely need to be upgraded, as it's known to fail even on the stock car, so I decided to get the VRSF Chargepipe at the same time. Changing the Chargepipe does require removing the intercooler, and it's usually the best time to upgrade the intercooler. You can see where this is going. The N55 M2's intercooler is known to be one of the bottlenecks when going for more power, as it's the same intercooler that you get in smaller engines, so I decided to upgrade to the VRSF 5-inch performance intercooler, which is supposedly good for up to 550 wheel horsepower. This is pretty much the usual combo for going stage 2 on the N55 M2, a downpipe, Chargepipe, intercooler, and of course tune, with an intake being optional. I don't have an intake yet, but maybe that's something I'll do one day. I got all my VRSF parts from the guys at Quattrozone in Alcantara, and they also did a great job in installing the parts on my car. I'll leave all the links to contact them in the description of the video as always. One thing to consider is that the cost of all of this will be close to a nice catback like the M Performance or Miltech, so it's something to think about if you are deciding between the two. I actually transferred my boot mode license from my F30 to the M2. I'll do a full tutorial on the transfer process, as I didn't even know before that you can transfer the license between different cars. I then flashed the tune on the car myself, which is one of the great things about boot mode. I left the burbles at OEM, but it seems to be pretty obnoxious at the moment, so I'll need to turn it down. One other thing I did was to set the exhaust valve to open when the car is in sports mode, as opposed to the original setting, which is tied to the RPM of the car. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't go to stage 1 first, the main reason was that I did not want to tune without first having the upgraded Chargepipe, but a lot of people have said that the N55 M2 is already quite highly tuned and is almost like a stage 1 N55, so there isn't much performance to be had without any hardware mods. My first impressions of the car with the upgraded parts and boot mode stage 2 tune is that it's quite a bit louder. In fact, this is actually probably enough volume for me, which is great. Adding a catback will probably be too loud for me to tolerate daily, but maybe that's something I'll try for fun one day. The car also pulls so much harder now. It really is quite a big difference, and it's quite scary now in a good way. I've got a full review of the stage 2 tune coming up, as well as the new dyno numbers of course, so stay tuned for more. So please give the video a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, as it really helps the channel out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.